got a lot of pieces in the secondary this year. Some new, some old, veterans that have been here. What do you like about the group as a whole?
The biggest thing I can say is how good we get along. That's always big, especially when we got to we got to compete with each other. Just getting along, being able to communicate well is always a plus. Just being able to relay calls and important information when we're out there in a battle. But another thing I like around the guys that I've seen, especially this off summer, is their work ethic. They're always doing extra work, always in the facility. You know what I'm saying? They always getting it in. So the guys definitely ready to work.
Trevon, we heard the word expect numerous times from Coach Heupel. Is that one of the big differences in year one and year two that you guys are expecting to accomplish things?
Definitely, yeah. That's probably one of the biggest ones. Instead of believing or hoping, we're expecting to do a lot of good things this year because we know what we did off season. We know the work we put in. We know the talent. We know everything we got. How good we can be. So, yeah, we expect to do a lot of big things.
How much is that influenced by playing well last year? Did you guys sort of learn something about yourself last year?
Definitely. Last year was kind of just like a base. Kind of just now guys can see what like the much potential we have, how good we can be, and just seeing that we watch the film, we can see that a lot of the games that we lost was we shot ourselves in our own foot. So now guys definitely know that if we like anything that doesn't go our way, 99% of the time is on what we do. So
how different are the skill sets from safety to star to corner? Because some of those guys are going to have to figure out which one they are.
Yeah, it's all DB, but it's definitely different in certain aspects. For instance, corners, they cover more kind of as far as like press corners and stuff like that. As far as the slot, we kind of more off most of the time, or the star more off, more blitzes every now and then. But safety pretty much in the slot as well, covering in the slot and blitzing as well. But they all have different like key factors. But for the most part, I mean, you're playing DB. Yeah.
How important is it to kind of fit the parts in early
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Just being able to try to figure out what guys are better at, how do guys move, what spots will they make the most plays at, I guess. And then you got the hot spots, man. You got the boundary safety. That's the shortest throw. You got the star. Just stuff like that, because the free safety quarterback reads a free safety before every play. So just knowing having the right guys in the right spots based on their play style is definitely big.
So Trevon, how many adjustments are you having to make on the fly, like within a series where guys will have to bounce from play to play?
Oh man, I'd say probably about, depending on what the offense gives us, we're definitely going to make at least 4 or 5 things each play. Because I got to talk to my right there. I got to talk to my safety next to me. I have to talk to the corner. That's 2 things. I have to talk to the linebackers, both of them. So that's 4 things I got to say. And I also got to remind myself as well. So it's a lot of stuff. You got to get it down the distance. Look at the formation first. Align everybody. Make sure everybody got the call. And then offense might motion or shift or whatever the case may be. We got to make checks to that as well. Depending on the personnel, if it's a fast receiver or a big tight end, we got to make different calls as far as that. But it's a lot of checks, but you definitely got to be locked in all the time.
So that position versatility, people think, well, we'll just bring in the next guy.
Oh, yeah, it ain't always
you have to change your...
You got to be smart, man. Like, you can bring the most athletic dude in the world in here. He probably wouldn't be able to make a play if he can't think right. You gotta. That's where most people get it confused. It's players out here that probably run a 4.7, jump a 32, can't bench the most or power clean the most, but they're smart. They know, they see the play before it's coming. They can recognize. They got good football instinct. So that's how you really make your plays. Your mind, your mental, athletic ability is definitely a plus. As far as like 50-50 plays, deep balls, or one-on-one, I'm better, you better type thing. But as far as the overall game of football, you got to use your mental a lot more than your physical.
Trey, both Coach Heupel and Coach Banks were both talking about how much more vocal, how much more of a leader Byron has become. What have you seen from that?
Just he realizes his potential, not just as a football player, but as a human, as a person, as a man. Just great instincts, great character, anything about a person. Like, he's just somebody now you can see who he wants it. He embraces it instead of just getting by. That was a lot of people's problems. We just wanted to come in here and work out, and we might dread it sometimes, but a lot of these guys have embraced it, man, and they love to come in here, they love to be in here, and they love to get better. So you definitely see that out of him, and him being able to be more vocal, just bringing up the younger guys as well. Like, they're looking up to that. He's allowing them to do better too.
In the secondary for you guys, I know you and Jalen have both played a ton of football, but you lose Alante, you lose Theo, some veterans have been around. Does it look in front of you? Does it look like as much competition as you've seen since you've been here for the start?
Yeah, man. That's what I love the most. That's the good thing about it. It just kind of keeps everybody out of being complacent, being comfortable. We always compete. We love each other to death, but when we step on that field, we got to compete, and that's only going to get me better and Jalen better and everybody else on the team better, is the competition. So now that we have so many guys, it's kind of like nobody's comfortable, and that's what I love the most about it. We go on each day, and everybody fighting for a job, so that's going to bring the best out of each other. And Coach Martinez always say, you don't want to beat nobody out unless they're at their best. So it's going to be a good one. So
I mean, because some of the years you've been here, some guys played who they just
just handed
had
to
to have
them.
some bodies.
Right.
Now, I mean, it
bodies.
looks like there's going to be some good players who don't start.
Right. So that's always good, and especially when it comes to depth as far as like how many plays we play, man. It's kind of last year, based on some of the numbers, we played a lot of plays, like the defense, and it's kind of hard. It's almost impossible for anybody to play 100%, playing 90 to 100 plays a game. So having the depth is a plus as well too. Being able to limit down on some of the plays so we can play 100% each play, each snap.
As a defensive player, how much of an adjustment was that to play with this offense? Because they might they don't get a first down, it might be 30 seconds, you're back out there.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. The hardest thing is probably what you said. Just being able to stay locked in, because most defenses around the country probably get a 3-and-out or whatever the case may be, and go on the sideline and be able to sit and talk about what just happened and refocus and do all of that stuff. But as far as us, man, we can't. Sometimes we might have time depending on what the offense do, but we got to be ready to go back on as soon as we come back off, because they might score in one play or they might be 3-and-out in a couple minutes. So it just kind of depends, man. As a defense, we got to always be locked in and be ready to go out on the field with our offense.
Trevon, you talked about Byron Young a little bit. What else excites you about those two units in front of you, linebacker, defensive lineman with the Chiefs defense?
Oh, them guys up there, they crazy, man. they trying to hit something. So I love that. I like having head hitters in front of me, head hunters. I know every guy that's in front of me from the line to the linebackers. Are they gonna play fast as hell? Heck, they gonna play fast. They gonna fight. They gonna compete all game long. They gonna communicate. Those guys want it as bad as anybody. Just having that in front of me gives me a boost to be able to play even faster, more confident, communicate better with those guys as well, and it just kind of puts everybody on the defensive side in a better position.
Michael said in year 2, you go from believing to expecting to winning. Jabari was saying that's kind of the mindset of the offense too. What's the conversations like with that mindset in the defensive unit?
Oh, that's definitely the defensive mindset. That's kind of like the whole team mindset. Instead of just believing and hoping for us to win or whatever the case may be, we expect that. We know the work we put in all offseason, how much we grinded, how much we built our chemistry and our brotherhood. And we based off last year and the film we watched as well, we know, like, whatever happens, it's happening because we can do it. So we control everything that happens to us. So yeah, we definitely expecting to win everything we expect now. That's it.
What
have you seen from Christian Charles at corner this offseason? I know he spent a lot of time there in the spring. To continue with that in the summer, how's he come along there?
Oh man, it's crazy to see a guy go from one position to another and kind of just fit right in off the bat. He definitely got the feel for it like no other. He's athletic as anybody. He's smart as anybody. That's a guy y'all definitely should be looking out for sure. He's definitely one of those ones.
A lot of new faces at wide receiver that you've gone up against in practice. You're about to as well. What are your thoughts on that group as a whole this year and how they might be a little bit different than last year?
Oh yeah, our receivers are definitely a great group of guys. Like I've been saying for the most part about the defense, it's kind of just like a cycling effect of everybody around the team. I see those guys in here extra work all the time. I can see they're embracing it more than just getting by as well. And they're definitely a great group of guys. A lot of speed. They're smart. They're well coached as well. So those guys are definitely going to be making some plays and ringing some bells this year. Yeah.
Hey, Taven was complimenting Dylan Sampson. I know you guys haven't gotten to the practice field with him, but do you have any early impressions of him?
Definitely. Like I told you, just again, always in the building. The extra work, you can just see the growth, especially from when I was a freshman. As when I was a freshman, it wasn't anybody in here doing extra work, but just seeing the young guys coming here and kind of like not getting too caught up in the college life, not out there partying all the time and getting lost with the girls or whatever the case may be. You see them in here getting extra work every day almost, as if like they really want to be here and they really want the best out of it. So that's always a plus, man. I'm super excited for him as well.
How was your